All right. Yes, answer the question. You are not a drug user, I guess.
One of the funny things is I get a lot of shit from my friends about not being a drug user and making all of these movies.
Right.
They're like, how can you make all these drug movies if you've never done the drugs? And what was funny is that when we were working on the movie, we wanted to adopt in Limelight a kind of ecstasy aesthetic. And so we started to talk to friends and interview people about the effects of the drug, because I hadn't done it. So we wanted to ensure that we had kind of hit upon all of the characteristics in terms of, visually and audio-wise in this movie. That's kind of, we've done Raconteur, we did Square Group with the Godfathers of Ganja that Magnolia distributed earlier this year. That's our 70s pot hauling movie. We did Cocaine Cowboys, which is our 80s cocaine movie, and now we have Limelight, our 90s ecstasy movie. So we have all of our drug trends by decade covered now, and hopefully we'll do like a trilogy pack.
You do have the aughts. You could cover meth.
Yeah, Oxy.
Oxy, cotton, very good.
Yeah, the prescription drug scourge.
I kid, but maybe I just gave you the next.
Well, we're actually already working on a project that incorporates in part that trend. So.
Let me ask you a serious, funny question, and that is the films are, including Limelight, are infused with humor. I mean, there's just a sense of humor and lightness around it. It's not a. Do you agree? I mean,
in part, I think Limelight gets dark. I think Limelight gets darker than anything we've ever done before. I mean, just in the way that, in the inevitability of the crushing of Peter Nation, Mm-hmm. I was asked, I was typing back in a print interview answers to some questions they sent me, and one of the questions was, describe the journey of the film in 5 words. I was able to do 7. I said it was from Rolling on Ecstasy to Kafka-esque K-hole. That to me was the story and the aesthetic as well. So that I think is, yes. So particularly at the beginning when you're, I mean, there's even a laugh line from Frank Owen, who wrote the book Clubland and was at the Village Voice covering this contemporaneously of these events. The line where we reveal the Michael Allig, Angel Melendez murder is a laugh line. I mean, the way that it's revealed. I mean, it's this horrific, horrendous, tragic crime that there's sort of a dark humor to it. So I think, I guess you're right. Even when it gets dark, there's still this kind of devious edge to the whole thing. I mean, because what's interesting about it is that it is sort of about the destruction of not only this man's life and his business empire, and of course the jobs of 1,000 people that he employed in New York City. But it all revolved around a party. It all revolved around a nightclub scene that I think I don't mean to lower the stakes or anything, but it's not world peace or world hunger. I mean, there is something where people say, well, why should we care about this? And I think that's one of the things that the movie attempts to respond to. But then at the same time, there has to be an amount of levity involved in a world that was about levity, that was about partying and having a good time. So you want to, hopefully, while you're watching the movie, no matter how dark or serious it gets, also have a good time.
Right.
The world was about having a good time.
Sure.